Hello and welcome to the Sophie and Mathematics Show. We picked Galileo because he was the first person to study the sky with a telescope. He was the first person to discover the moons orbiting planets not including Earth. He discovered the rings of Saturn and that the Milky Way was made up of stars. Galileo made many math contributions to our world. Now, here's Galileo. So first, let's get to know you a little bit.
As you may know, I am Italian and I was born on February 15th, 1564 in Pisa. And when I was 8, my family returned to Florence, which is my father's hometown.
So did you ever go to college?
Why, yes! I went to the University of Pisa when I was only 17 years old.
You always wanted to work with math as a kid.
When I was a kid, I first didn't know if I should study medicine or become a Catholic priest. When I first went to the University of Pisa, I studied medicine, and when I was 18, my life really changed, and many people say scientific history changed.
Why did you decide to change to study mathematics?
First, I went to a mathematics lecture, and it seemed a lot more interesting than medicine, and I also thought it played more of a crucial role in understanding and explaining our world.
Would you like to show us some formulas and problems that you've discovered over your life?
Why, yes, of course. First, I will show you the law of fall. First, let's start with the formula. S equals A T squared. Next, we are going to explain what these mean. First, x is distance, a is the factor, and t is the time. First, I figured this out because I realized that bodies fall downwards with a constant acceleration. And the reason why is the force of gravity pulls them down.
Wow, that's amazing. Can you show us a problem?
Yes. For example, if we were to throw a ball off a 36-meter building, the gravity would be 9.8 meters per second. Next, we would plug in 36 for the distance and 9.8 for the factor. Then, after we plug in, we solve for t. After we plug in, we divide by both sides. And when we divide that, we get 3.7. Then we have to take the square root of that. And our answer is 1.9 seconds.
Wow, that's amazing. Now on to your next formula.
S equals 1 half AT squared.
Ooh, I know that one.
Correct, Sophie. Now on to an example.
Oh, I know that one. S is the altitude, and A is the feet per second, and T is the time from the highest point to when the object hits the ground.
And now on to our example. First, we will plug in 100 meters for the altitude. Next, we will plug in a 9.8 meters per second, which is gravity, so we will put that for Z, A, and last we will solve for time. And now that we have plugged in, we solve, so same steps, and we get the answer of 4.5.
Okay, now on to our next problem. So the formula is V equals AT. Now will you show us what the variables are?
Yes, first V stands for velocity, A stands for factor, and T stands for time.
Okay, that's not that hard. This is sort of like the first formula.
But instead of solving for distance, we are solving for velocity. And so first we should plug in z time, 2.5 seconds to t, and then the factor, which is gravity, 9.8 meters per second. Next, we multiply and solve. After you multiply a times t, you get 24.5 meters per second. I'm glad that you have learned a lot, and I hope others learn too from your show.
Thank you for coming on to the show. It was great having you here. Until next time, this is the Sophie and Mathematics Show. Thanks for watching. Good night.